melts when I'm ocean waves.
Tonight on Nova Legends podcast, I have Hayfield coach Carlos Poindexter, whose Hawks are in the state final against Patriot on Friday, 8 o'clock at VCU. Coach, congratulations! Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad to be back.
Exactly. I was getting ready to cut you from my lineup if you didn't win. So, well, first things first, Coach. DJ Holloway was a little bit. It looked like he got a shoulder hurt on a play late in the game. Are you guys healthy coming into Friday's game?
Yeah, if we would have played yesterday, he probably couldn't have played.
Is that right?
Yeah, him or David, but they both are pretty much back. DJ did some shooting today, and it seemed like it went well. And then David, his wounds are healed as well.
Yeah, but you're old school, so you get that Novocaine ready. Novocaine ready for Friday night.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, let's go to the South Lakes game. I mean, this game, I was so frustrated this game. I got there at 6:45. I was pre-gaming, trying to get some folks out, and a whole bunch of folks coming. We sat in line for a long time because the internet was bad in the gym. And so we got there, missed half the first quarter. All of us couldn't sit together. We came in there so pissed off, but I heard it was an incredible first quarter.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts of the first quarter in that game?
I mean, I don't remember the first quarter. I just remember that it was a close game. Both teams was playing hard. South Lakes was executing the game plan that they wanted to execute, and we didn't do a good job of limiting Jordan's catches like how I wanted to. So he was able to get a wide open three to start it off, and so he got going a little bit early. So that wasn't good. And they were dictating the pace of the game. They were getting up in us, playing good defense, and we struggled a little bit out the gate, but we was able to pick it up in the second quarter. I feel like we took their best shot in that first quarter to the mid of second quarter before we were able to grasp the game.
Yeah, when I walked in, it was I think it was 8-7, and it was a close game. I think they led early in the second quarter, most of the second quarter, and but you guys shot well on Monday, and I've never seen you guys lose when you shot well. Matter of fact, you don't lose very very often anyway.
Right.
But when you shoot well, you're a very tough team to guard, and you guys, when you shoot well outside, you're going to be a very tough team to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
just got to keep it up. Well, you mentioned Jordan, and I had told folks about Jordan. I've been talking him up, and he delivered. I mean, big stage, full house, and it's just amazing how much this kid has improved from the beginning of this year, also last year. So you mentioned that first 3-pointer. What are your thoughts about Jordan Scott?
Yeah, man, I have nothing but great things to say about Jordan Scott. I'm looking forward to see how his career blossoms over the next 2 years. I'm looking forward to see how he does this spring and summer. Hopefully he gets a ton of offers because he's moving in the right direction. And I was telling, I don't know who I was telling, but like whoever's been training Jordan Scott up, they've been doing a good job. I mean, he's being trained like a pro, and he's doing pro things, quote unquote. So like I love the way he plays. He doesn't force anything. He plays within the system that Coach Des has him playing. He shoots the ball at a high rate. He got quick switch, jumping ability. He missed that first shot. He's getting back up and getting the layup. Getting and scoring. He's posting up, getting to his fadeaway. Like he has a nice game, nice package that he has with his game, and like I said, the future's bright for that kid. And I want to say something. It was funny because I went back and watched the film, and I thought one time he got an offensive rebound putback on Greg, and he didn't say not one word, but he looked at him and eye to eye contact, and it was like one of those moments like I'm here type thing, and it was just great to see like he didn't say not one word, but you could tell within that action and how he looked at him, that was like, yeah, I'm here. Like he was ready for it. He was ready for the moment, and like you said, he delivered. He did what he's supposed to do, especially in that first half. In the second half, he had to tighten him up.
Yeah. Well, second half he couldn't touch the ball. He couldn't. And every time they tried to give him the ball, you guys intercepted the pass or even disrupted the dribble. But he doesn't yell at his teammates. He's very poised. He gets to respect the opponents. I mean, people are afraid to talk trash to him because he's going to put a 3 on you. He has a real strong mental game, which obviously, his parents are both very strong mental players as well. But I enjoy watching him play so much. He's got that skinny strength. One thing I would like to see him do is bring the ball up himself because
I feel like that's the next part of his game that needs to be developed, and I think it's going to happen. I think the more Dez trusts him in his offseason, hopefully he has him bringing the ball up a lot so that he can get to that point. But he's moving in the right direction.
Yeah. Also, Aiden Billings had a great game for them. Aiden always plays an all-around game. He's a good rebounder, good passer, good defender. But they needed some points because Jordan was not getting the ball in the second half. Aiden stepped up and scored. I think he scored 21, I believe.
Yeah, I think he had 18.
18? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Aiden's always been good. He's he's a load to guard on the block, and when he gets it, he can hit the wide open 3, and he takes a lot of charges.
Exactly. And you guys got in a lot of foul trouble. And so did they. I mean, both teams were in foul trouble. Lots of fouls. I think when both teams were in a double bonus, you guys might have been one short in the first half, but a lot of fouls. What is there anything you can do as a coach to try to prevent that, or what do you say to your kids when your kids get in foul trouble like that?
I mean, it's like I'm not changing my style and how we play the game, so like that's not going to happen. We just got to be a little bit smarter in how we play defense. Less handsy, and I don't want to say like give up too, but like just get your hands up and contest high hands without scraping down or reaching or going for that reach. Like just get your hands up, be tall, be long, and by straight hands, body contact, and live the fight another day for that particular possession if you get beat. I think that's the only thing we can do because we're still going to play man to man. We're still going to put pressure on the basketball. We just got to do it a little bit smarter.
Yeah. Well, in the second half, very similar to last year, the pressure defense, I think, was the difference. Last year was different, though. The pressure and the steals came in the backcourt. This year, most of them came right around the half-court, the mid-court line, maybe a little bit towards their three-point line. That's where you got most of the turnovers and the interceptions. So was that a strategy?
We did less zone pressing and more just like man-to-man, like, you're not going to score. Like that's what it was. Like you're not whoever's guarding this person that has the basketball, you're not going to score. And they took it personal because I was getting in their stuff at halftime because we were letting them dictate what was going on the court. And I hated that part of it. So second half, we did what we were supposed to do. Came out, got a couple after they scored the first bucket, but then after that, we started getting steals, deflections, getting out and run. They start throwing the ball out of bounds. Number 5 start getting frustrated. So like it was good. And then number Vito. He's kind of banged up. He was going in, coming out. So like all of that played into our favor for the most part. I was just mad that we had the opportunity to take that 12-point lead and take it to 20, and we never did it. And I was kind of blown by that. We let them stick around a little bit. But all in all, man, I feel like that second half was great. We moved DJ to Jordan Scott, and like I said, and like you said too, we limited his touches. I think he only scored 6 points in that second half, and 2 of those points was late in the game when the game was pretty much over. So we did an excellent job on him in the second half, and we made life hell for number 5 Kennedy.
Yeah, and then eventually found out. I think one of the reasons why David King had a huge game, I believe he had 28. It's because when you guys are shooting well outside, it really opens things up inside for David. David's very hard to guard if there's room inside. So what do you think about David's second half?
Man,
David's game.
David was phenomenal from start to finish. He was carrying us in the first half. Probably had like 12, 14, whatever he had in the first half. He was carrying us in the first half, and then the second half, it was more our guards was able to get downhill. So we're getting downhill. they gotta help because, well, not that they gotta help. That's just what they do. They really help, and then they're trying to take those charges. So while they're trying to take those charges, we're just dumping it off to David, and he's getting two easy points because that's their that's their defense. If they stayed home, it might be a little bit harder, but they didn't stay home. We were able to get the drop offs, or if we didn't get the drop offs, we getting on the rim and he's getting off the backboard, getting the offensive rebound and the putback. One time it was like 3 people on him, and he was able to get a putback, lay it up, and won.
Yeah, and I think the big key of the game was David hit his foul shots. If David doesn't hit his foul shots,
tough. Yeah,
they're able to hang around. David hit almost. I don't remember him missing. He may have missed 1 or 2, but he must have probably 8 for 10, 9 for 11 at the foul line. That was probably a big difference.
Yeah, but we were 21 for 36 as a team, though.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, we didn't shoot well as a
John.
team.
I think John missed a few.
Yeah, John missed a few. Donnie missed a couple.
Yeah.
So 21 for 36 is not good, but we'll take it.
Yeah, you take
we'll
it.
Take a W. We'll take a W any way we get it.
Yeah, by the second half, they were just out of their rhythm. The first half was anyone's ball game. The second half, they could not get the ball into their offense, and Aiden kept them in the game. Aiden Billings kept them in the game, but it just they were out of sync. But I do want to congratulate Coach Mike Desmond on a tremendous season, back to back Northern Regional Championships. Also, they're Liberty or they're Concord District champions as well. Tremendous seasons. Got back to the into the state semifinals 2 years in a row. Probably next year, when Washington Post has its rankings, probably opens up probably 3 fourth-ranked team in DC behind Paul VI and probably Sidwell Friends. But the future is very bright. So, Coach Mike, great season. Jordan Scott and all the team.
I feel like Mike Des did a hell of a job this year with them. I don't think people expected them to be 24-3 or whatever their record was. I don't think people expected that. They blossomed a year earlier than what was expected of them. So shout out to Mike for that, and good luck to them in the future. Hopefully they follow the blueprint that we put together and they make some noise for the next couple of years. As long as they ain't playing versus us.
Exactly. Mike must be mad at me because he hadn't texted me or called me all week. I haven't heard from him. So he must be mad at me. So let's go to the state final. You guys play Patriot. Patriot beat Oscar Smith. That didn't surprise me. Oscar Smith had a great record, but they hadn't played any team out of the area. So they did not have a very I don't want to say a difficult schedule, but they didn't make a schedule like they were going to be a great team this year. And they ended up having a tremendous season. A couple of big guys, but they were able to get the best of them. So when did you watch the film from the Oscar
I watched the film.
What did you think?
I felt like Patriot was very good defensively. They were blitzing. I guess Oscar Smith just does a lot of pick and roll stuff, or that's what their game plan was for this game. And Sherm was blitzing every single screen, and Oscar Smith struggled heavily with their blitzes, and their guards wasn't able to make the right reads, or wasn't put in a position to make the reads, and shout out to them. The defense was top notch. I remember hearing him say that they've been giving up 39, 37, 30. It's been in the 30s as far as them playing defense. So they're doing what they're supposed to do to get to the championship game. I feel like they've been struggling offensively shooting, which I could almost guarantee that won't happen versus us. Yeah. But they've been struggling shooting, but they when you're playing defense at the rate that they've been playing defense, it gives you an opportunity to win basketball games, no matter how well you're shooting. So I'm looking forward to the game. It's going to be tough. It's going to be high octane. It's a lot of animosity between some of the players on each team.
Oh, is that right?
Both teams want to win. So it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the challenge, and hopefully we put together a great game. But I just hope we come out on top.
So Coach, when you play a team in a final that you already played, do you focus on the film of that game, or do you focus on the film throughout the year? It's tricky because if you focus on the film of a game that was 25 games ago, Sherman didn't know his team that well. He knew him pretty well, but he didn't know what kind of team they were going to become. Your team was just coming along as well. You had a brand new starting lineup. You know, you had the
Right.
three big ones. So are you focusing on that game or and planning your attack based on that game, or are you figuring it's a moving target and you're kind of approaching the game with an open mind?
Definitely approaching it with an open mind, but we do our due diligence. We watch the film that we need to watch. We try to find the teams that play almost as similar as us, so that we can get as much knowledge about what they do from an offensive standpoint as possible. And been able to do that. Been watching film. Then we also got our own film of how they play versus us. The good and the bad of the things that they did versus us. So I haven't watched our game yet versus them, but I will be watching it tonight or maybe tomorrow. I'll probably watch it tomorrow just so that I'm going to make the whole team watch it. We'll watch that game tomorrow, and just keep preparing for them. Going over their stuff tomorrow, and get ready to play on Friday.
One thing about Patriot, they don't have a size advantage over you. You guys aren't the tallest team in the world. You have good size, but your tallest player is more of a wing player. Greg's a great rebounder and
Right.
he can defend inside. But you don't have the tallest team in the world, but they don't either. So it's really a good matchup. Two really good defensive teams, two teams that can shoot the ball outside extremely well.
Right.
Both teams have great point guards, very all around teams. So it really is a really good matchup.
Now, yeah, it's a great matchup, and whoever's going to win, who's going to win the boards, like who's going to win that game, who's going to win the 50-50 balls, who's going to turn the ball over less, who's going to make their free throws down the stretch. Like it's going to come to those type of things to win this basketball game on both sides. So no matter if both teams is hitting or not, it's going to come down to the intricate part of the games that nobody really want to talk about.
Well, last year in the final, we had some very strange officiating. They called fouls on you guys in the first and fourth quarter, and they called fouls on Battlefield in the second and third quarter.
Right.
And they didn't call fouls on the other team. It was a very strange game. Are you guys going to behave yourself on the sidelines on Friday?
It don't be us, man. It don't be us. But yes, we're gonna behave ourselves, man. We just trying to, coach our guys up as much as possible. Hopefully, we get. Hopefully, and like I said to you offline, hopefully we get a good crew that lets us play, call the obvious fouls, and you let these guys battle it out on the court and see who wins.
That's the key. Call the obvious, because the worst thing you want as a coach, the biggest thing you worry about is your best players getting in foul trouble. That's the best.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing. So if we could just call the obvious, we'll be very happy.
Yeah.
What time are you guys going down there on Friday?
We're leaving at 1:30.
Mm-hmm. So you're leaving at 1:30.
Trying to get away from this area as quickly as possible. We're going to look for somewhere to go do a shoot around at a school, get some food, and then get over to VCU to watch the girls game before we play.
Oh, are you guys gonna after if you win, you're gonna go to the bars down in the Shaco Slip there and celebrate? Or are you guys coming back right back home after the game?
So we'll probably get some food just to come back home. But for me, my daughter has she has a cheer competition on Saturday morning at in Virginia Beach. So from the game, I'm heading over to Virginia Beach. Me, my wife, and my daughter. So that's my celebration. I'm gonna go be with the fam, drive to Virginia Beach, and pass out, go to sleep. Hopefully we winning though. Hopefully we won.
Those cheer competitions are fun. I have two in the house as well. But anyway, Coach, well, look, great season. You're where you need to be. I know you're thinking about your pregame speech, and you're thinking about all the things that can go right and wrong. But it's all you can do as a coach is put your team in the right position. Try to lead them the best you can during the game. But so far you push all the right buttons. So I wish you luck. And I'm talking to Matthew Hayfield later on. I'm going to ask him to predict the winner. I'm not going to predict the winner here. But I want to ask Matthew Hayfield later on to predict. Who do you think he's going to pick as winner?
I think he'll pick us.
Yeah, but he tends to be a chalk player. He likes the favorites. Yeah.
Yeah. I do feel like he'll pick us just because.
Yeah.
We were there last year. He's going to say something to that fact that we were there last year. we've been through it. I feel like he's going to say that one of those type of things. But Patriot coming in, they won a championship of their own, so it's going to be a great game. I'm looking for. I can't wait. Like it's like the countdown, man. The countdown. Yeah. We were talking about that practice, man. We like this today was like our last official practice, because tomorrow's gonna be more of a walkthrough. So it was, and we had great energy in the practice today. I'm feeling good. Feeling ready, and we ready.
Well, you can coach as good as you want, and we can cheer hard and all that. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to making plays on the court, and hopefully, the players got to make the plays, and that's going to decide to win.
Yeah,
Coach,
1,000%.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Coach, thanks for taking this time. I really enjoyed it. Maybe if we come out on top, I'll get your team together next week, and we can celebrate a win.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Andy Ramirez, man. My guy came through in the clutch in the fourth quarter when Greg fouled out. Shout out to him.
I thought, Andy played great. Andy's a really nice player. He sometimes lost in the shuffle. I think you got a lot of nice performances. I thought you had a very balanced performance. I thought your team really stepped up in a high charge situation. As good as you guys are, if you lose that game, you don't get in the state final. And I thought you guys did you proud. Very tough circumstance. Some of your best players in foul trouble, and you still got a W.
Yeah, I'm happy. Like our bench is coming through in the clutch lately, and hopefully they do it for one more game.
Yeah, I thought you got some good minutes out of Braylon.
Braylon hit a tough three, played some good defense, got some rebounds. Yeah. Owen got some rebounds. Like, yeah, man. As I said, they coming through in the clutch, and we built a nice 9-guy, 10-guy rotation. Jalil will play in the game on Friday, so that's going to help as well. Having another strong guard that can defend. So yeah, man. We're at full strength. They're at full strength. Let's go out and compete.
Jalil Jackson is going to be a star next year. So, folks, if he doesn't play a lot on Friday, and hopefully he does, we're going to hear from him next year. He's a tremendous talent. Sure. So, all right, Coach, I really appreciate your time. Good luck, and I'll see you down there.
All right, have a good one.
Okay, Coach, take care.